I'm Kylie.
And I'm Blakely. Warning, we have potty mouths, and this podcast is rated R, like the books we read.
Hey, Kylie.
Kylie, I have something really important to discuss today. It has nothing to do with books.
Oh, no.
I'm so embarrassed. But did you know that narwhals exist in real life?
Did you not?
I did not. I thought that they were like, the unicorn of the sea, some mythical creature. I just never thought about it. So then, like, when I picture a narwhal, I think of, "Hi, buddy, hope you find your dad." Like, I had never seen one before. So then I'm on a Googling spree. They're weird looking, man.
It's their tooth that's coming out of them. It's a tooth.
Okay, I relate to big teeth, but I had no idea that they were real.
You have started this day off really weird for me.
Well, okay. It's not that I'm not an animal person per se. I just don't know very much about animals. I don't watch like animal documentaries and stuff. My husband does. So when I said I didn't know narwhals are real, he lost it.
I am just shook.
I just.
You didn't know that they were real. Like, people just have been making them up this entire time.
Well, people make up unicorns, allegedly.
We went and saw Disney's Earth, the first one together. Don't tell me you don't watch nature documentaries.
I mean, they're on sometimes, but I just don't. It's just not like a main interest of mine, okay? Like,
I'm judging.
John was like, you don't just look stuff up if you're. I'm like, well, if I'm interested in it, I know a bunch about Scientology, but
But not that narwhals are real.
not really. So there's that, guys. If you're like, wow, I'm not very smart, you're right, I'm not.
I'm judging you. I truly am judging you.
Why are they so weird looking, though?
I didn't make them. I don't know.
Okay, well, I have a weird flex, God, with that narwhal.
He just doodled with his eyes closed. Just
Yeah, like it's just, they're ridiculous looking. I thought they were the unicorns of the sea. I don't know.
They are.
Yeah, but like, not real unicorns. But, who knows? Unicorns might be real.
Who knows? Hello.
So but you did know. Okay.
You thought you had me. You thought I was just gonna be fucking stumped.
No, I knew that you were gonna think I was stupid because you actually care about.
I love sea creatures
And animals and stuff. And just before people come at me saying I don't like animals love me. They're good judges of character. I'm just not interested.
And there's me, and I'm like, I want all of them to love me. That's why I have 4 cats.
I have 2 cats, Dory and Nemo. I love them, but I just I'm not one to go out of my way to go pet a dog. It's just not what I do. Just like I'm not gonna go out of my way to pick up a baby.
Okay, that one's fair. There's a big difference between being a baby and petting a dog.
No, one of my best friends just had a baby in September. I see her almost every week, and I just picked up her baby for the first time last week.
They're still fresh at that point.
Well, to be fair, that baby is always on Jess's boob. Shout out to Jess's boob. So, I just don't do it.
Wow, the baby's eating? Is that what they do when they're new?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
Nope.
Idiot.
Just only have one, so had no idea.
She's got 4. She's crazy. Shout out Jess.
For her.
All right. So yeah, that's how I want to start out this episode.
Talking about your friend's boob. I love it.
And narwhals. I want to educate somebody.
Tits and narwhals.
Cheers. Narwhals. So on today's agenda, we will be continuing Rebecca Yarros' Fourth Wing, the first book of the Empyrean series. We'll be covering chapters 21 through 25.
So, like, chapter 21. Chapter 21. Violet is forced to spend all her time with sweet baby Liam and doesn't want to admit he's actually pretty nice. When asking Liam about himself, being the curious little scribe heart she is, she finds out that his dad was killed, even though he's not part of the rebellion. But she had no idea, even though she had checked upon the death rolls. In spending more time with him, Violet is starting to question the history she knows. We also learn that children of the rebellion have no choice but to join the Rider Squadron. They do not have the opportunity to join any other.
So this chapter is really just like setting the tone for reasons why we love baby Liam. You know,
Liam.
there's so many.
Starting to open up Violet's eyes.
Yes, it's starting to open up our eyes as well as, start our love affair with Liam.
Open up her eyes and our hearts to Liam.
Example. She glances sideways at Liam as we make our way toward the doors of the archives. The cart doesn't even squeak anymore. He fixed that on the very first day. Liam can just do it all right? He fixes shit. We all love men that can fix shit.
He's just a total package.
Can Ryan fix things?
Yeah, he fixes pretty much everything.
Yeah, so good job.
How nice it is another story.
Jerry rigging it.
We don't talk about my fence.
And then he's still kind to people, even when people are assholes.
And he carves little wood figurines.
I mean, it's just so cute that he leaves little piles of shavings everywhere. Like, oh, there was Liam. Sweet boy.
That would honestly piss me the fuck off.
I know.
Like, you can't clean up after yourself? Like, I'm not your mother.
Well, he's a man still. Even fictional men can't be 100% perfect.
He's damn near close, though. He really is.
And then flirting with Jasenia. It's just adorable.
He's just a natural flirt. He can flirt with me any day. I love how we go really aggressive, really hard on Dane the last 5 chapters, and now we're like, Liam, hearts in our eyes. Like,
I know. You literally have the graphics.
Aww. People are like, this is a bipolar swing.
I think we get mad at Dane in the next fight. We always do.
We're always mad at Dane.
Yeah, it's true.
But I'm pretty sure we get mad at him again.
Another reason why we love him is he goes, I've seen you practicing this week with those blades of yours, Sorrengail. Riorson was right. You would have been wasted as a scribe. Now, I love this quote for multiple reasons. One, Angel Baby is so sweet. Number two, Xaden thinks just so highly of our girl that he's talking her up, even when she's not around. I just love it. I love you, Xaden. I love you, Liam.
Okay, so the boys that are part of the rebellion, they all just seem to be so great.
I know. There's got to be one bad one.
I mean, we will learn Garrett's signet in this next book, so...
Okay, Garrett is not bad. How dare you?
I don't think any of them are bad.
You want to know one that I'm a little questionable about?
Who?
Bodhi.
Why?
I don't know yet.
It's just gives you shifty vibes.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see.
Noted that you are sus of Bodhi.
Yeah. There may be no reason for it, but we'll see.
You just...
I feel like I have to pick one out of the rebellion.
Somebody's got to turn. Somebody's got to be bad.
Somebody
and I don't think it's Brennan.
Brennan? Very good.
Yeah, I don't think it's him. Some people think he's going to turn.
No. I can't deal with that.
We're starting in the archives this morning, and somebody's like, "Good morning" to Cadet Sorrengail, and then he was smiling and his smile died when he glanced at Liam right there and goes, Cadet Mary. It's like, how rude. Liam's so sweet. How dare that person judge him by his fucking tattoo?
People suck.
I'm offended.
What a dick.
They suck a dick.
They need to.
And so Violet asks Liam, like, how do you do that? How do you handle when people are that rude without reacting? And Liam, you're rude to me all the time. Oh, Liam. He's so wonderful and a smartass.
And a flirt. Those are like my favorite things in the world.
He's just a total package.
And he's blonde, and I still love him this much.
He's your one blonde pass. That's it.
Yeah,
There's only one in the world, and that's Liam.
Liam. It's the only one.
I love how Violet's annoyed that she likes Liam, but admits it's difficult to loathe his presence, and that she's getting a glimpse into what it's like to be someone with a relic tattoo. And it's nice to see that even though, like, she's a general's daughter, she's realizing they're normal people, and what they go through is shitty. We love an understanding queen.
We do. We love that. She's going through a lot right now. She's having to look at things differently.
Oh, thanks to sweet Liam opening her eyes because somebody was judging him, and how fucking dare they?
Great. With his little wood carvings, you're just judging him. Fuck off.
I know. Once again, it would piss me the fuck off, but ooh, it's fine.
When she was talking to Liam, Violet realized or found out that his father was also killed, which she had looked at the death roll before and she knew that his name wasn't on there. So she's really realizing now that things are not what they seem and history is being rewritten and certain details are definitely being left out. And the inner scribe in her is freaking out because the history, they're meant to record history and they're changing it.
Those fucking bad scribes. I bet you they would have bad dragons.
Totally bad dragons. Dicks, but like not in a cool way.
Yeah, and dick dragons, once
Fucking
again.
dick dragons.
Okay, so we also find out that the part of the deal to allow them to live was they had to join the Writers Quadrant. They couldn't join any others. And I feel like it really like is putting the final crack in the foundation of what she thought she knew.
Yeah, this would be hard for her because when you think that you're on the right side of history and then all of a sudden everything that you thought you knew is not correct, like it would be rough, especially for someone like Violet because she holds the scribes in such a high esteem, and then to see that there's shifty little shenanigans going on in scribe
Yeah,
class.
these little shenanigans.
Well, and then when leadership put them in there, those poor children, they didn't think. Imogen had heard that leadership thought the dragons have such unimpeachable honor that they'd never bond with a marked one. Do you think leadership now doesn't trust the dragons that bonded?
They're probably thinking that dragons that bond with people with the rebellion relics are bad dragons, but really they're
Right.
the ones with the bad dragons. Good and bad.
Yeah,
Two
and like
types of dragons.
I just wonder where that came from of like dragons have such unimpeachable honor. Like clearly this narrative is not correct. Looking at you, Kodag.
It's kind of a good thing that Violet is a little scribe heart and wants the facts because she can't help herself but ask questions, which is good. They need to learn the truth since shady shenanigans, as you would say, is happening.
They are shady shenanigans. And she's having a hard time because it's weird to be into somebody whose like family member killed somebody else in your family. Like that would be hard. I oddly have experience in this. Do you not know this? Do you know the story?
Well, maybe.
My husband's great great grandpa
Mm.
killed my great-great-grandpa. It's one of the few murders that happened on the island.
I feel like we were driving when you told me this story in my Jetta.
Probably. Yeah. So, what's weird is they murdered someone from my family because of money, and John's family has way more money than me.
They wanted a little bit more.
Maybe that murder worked out.
Everybody wins.
Everybody wins. I just like that little bit of story in my marriage.
It's a good one.
A little murder in there. It's fine.
Why didn't we say that at your wedding?
I don't know.
It was a
Somebody should have brought that up in a speech.
real missed opportunity. Another reason we love Liam is he says that he owes Xaden everything. And he's just so honorable, is what I was going to say. But like, Liam solidifies that Xaden's a good person, just that his parents were involved in some shitty things, like
Allegedly.
allegedly.
Which we obviously, maybe they weren't involved in something shifty.
They're shitty to the people that don't want it to happen,
Yeah.
which are the bad guys. While on archive duty, after Liam shamelessly flirts
The husband.
with Jacinia, they're asked to bring a scroll to Professor Markham in Battle Brief. They hit a bump, and the scroll falls, revealing a village on the southern border was attacked. Violet expects to hear about the attack, but they skip right over it to a different lesson. She's shocked, but Liam seems to be unsurprised that the professors are choosing to skip over certain parts of history. Well, okay, so if I'm pushing a cart and the scroll falls and pops open, I'm reading it. I'm so nosy.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I have no honor. I also just am so nosy and really like to know things. So I would 100% want to know.
And there's no way I would skip over that. I would read the whole thing and
Yeah.
I would tell everybody. I mean, there was attacks, like how, and it's so weird that they didn't share it in Battle Brief.
It is interesting, but yeah, our boy Liam was not at all surprised.
So our girl Violet has to get used to the fact that Xaden's not trying to kill her. She's like, right, you see, I'm still adjusting that little change of heart.
Slow Sorrengail.
Poor girl. She's trying. She's just book smart, okay? Not street smart.
It happens to the best of us. She probably doesn't think narwhals exist either.
Oh my God. And then we have Rhiannon saying, in his defense, people are fond of trying to kill you. And Violet, one time, Rhea, it happened one time. They're right. And what would you call that whole thing with Tynan? Threshing? And Barlow's constant threats? And everyone's just chiming in, like, on her death threats and why she needs protection.
Just like, no big deal. It's fine.
But then you have Rhiannon going, don't mind her. She's just sexually frustrated, makes a girl crabby. And then Violet's like, that has nothing to do with it. And she's like, and yet I don't hear you denying it. I'm sure Riorson would be fine with my reviewing a couple candidates, especially if that means you'll stop flipping him off in front of his entire wing. Violet wants to ask Liam, and how exactly would you be reviewing candidates? What will you be scoring? This I have to hear. This whole interaction, like, they're just, Violet deserves the shit. She is sexually frustrated, considering her last kiss was with Dane.
Yeah, like she needs a palate cleanser after that, because good Lord.
Yeah, Liam should have just taken one for the team right then and there.
And then, Rhiannon's like, just to be sure she's fully covered, so no one sticks it to her. And then Riddick, I am Riddick and Riddick is me. He's like, oh, are we telling dick jokes now? Because my entire life has led up to this very moment.
I love Riddick, and we haven't mentioned him enough, but he's so fucking funny. He's just such a smart ass.
Like, this is one of those books, like, if you're a romantasy reader, like the found family trope is one of my favorites. But I love all of these guys that are in her little group. They're just such good characters.
This is why we chose to go to Basgiath, not Basgiath. Oh my god. This is why we
Basgiath.
chose to go to Basgiath over Hogwarts, the Med.
Yeah, I want to hang out with Riddick and we can make dick jokes together.
Oh my god, that's what she said left and right.
Oh my god, I wouldn't stop.
I do
And
not want to hang out
every
with you
time
and
Riddick
Riddick.
would be like laughing at me, I would love it.
Oh my god, you guys would feed off of each other. It'd be awful.
It would be a disruption.
You'd get kicked out.
Markham like just sees me out.
Professor Carr's like, no, I'm just gonna snap this bitch's neck.
God, what would your signet be, you think?
Oh, I don't even know.
The gift of gab?
I don't know. That's you this morning.
I know.
That might be
Just
yours.
talking about narwhals got me all jacked up, okay?
I love that that is what really gets you going in the morning.
Not
Narwhals.
narwhals, not dicks.
Narwhals and dick jokes, really. That's
It's
what
just
you
me
need.
in a nutshell.
Narwhals and dick jokes. Dick jokes.
That's my new tagline. So then Violet finds out that she's being protected at night, which she didn't know about. And she's like, is he making you sleep in the hallway or something obnoxious? No, of course not. He warded your door the morning after the attack. I'm guessing he didn't tell you. And then she's pissed about it. And I'm just like, be thankful, you dumb bee. Like, people tried to murder you in your damn room.
And now she's like super safe. Why wouldn't you be grateful? She just being mad to be mad.
Anything Xaden related, she's like, yes, I am mad about this. You saved me for the millionth time. Pissed.
Just be happy. Just, dream about climbing him like a tree. Stop being mad at him.
Oh, God, I would climb him like a tree. I would climb him so hard.
So we learn that this year's squad battle. I don't know where I was going with that.
No, you're good though.
Okay. So this year's squad battle is a little different. So the winners of this year's squad battle will be given a trip to the front lines to shadow an active wing. You want to go shadow an active wing?
I want no part in this. No, maybe narwhals out there. And then Markham, after he tells them what they will be doing, decides that they should be dissecting a battle called the Battle of. What?
Gianfar? Gianfar?
Giant one.
Gianfar?
Giant far.
Two girls that can't speak.
Which it was one of the final battles where griffins and dragons actually worked alongside each other to annihilate the army of the barons. Hey, Kylie, what was that book called?
Fable of the Baron.
Interesting. I feel like that's an important battle for us to keep track of.
I'm just shocked that they just skip over it and start going to talking about the Battle of G. And
Good old G battle.
she's like, is he serious? And Liam's just like, yeah, I think he is. But it's interesting that they don't mention the battle. Why wouldn't they want their writers to be prepared? Like, why wouldn't you want to share that the walls are breached? But Liam doesn't seem surprised at all that they're hiding shit, just pissed.
That's how we end chapter 21. Chapter 22.
Weeks pass and there's still no mention of the attack, and Violet has yet to channel. But Tarn, Jesus Christ. But Taryn says she is not ready. Violet's starting to wonder, like, what else doesn't make it to battle brief? And as time goes on, Violet continues to train, but with no help from Xaden, who has been pretty MIA since putting Amber on blast, literally, You have Jack being a prick and still antagonizing Violet with saying that Taryn chose wrong. Violet defends herself, pointing out that Jack is a little bitch who ran away when it was 3-on-1. Dane gets annoyed. Violet is fighting back, but he is finally talking to her after the Amber event. Violet is proudly holding her own, and that's when Taryn and Andarna finally say that she's ready. Pretty sure all these girls are battling being in heat when you have Xaden and Garrick stripping off their shirts.
I really do picture like a movie or like with the soap opera music, like do do do, like naked, but not naked. I didn't mean to say.
Porn or soap opera?
I don't know. You know when you see a hot guy, they play that music in movies, and you're just no, nope, okay.
So, and you have them, wrestling. And you have Jack, right? Yeah, they're wrestling, and you have Jack talking shit. And he's like, I'm starting to think he chose wrong, but considering I haven't seen you wield any powers, I bet you're thinking the same thing too, aren't you, Sorrengail? Shouldn't you have twice the ability to channel with 2 dragons? And then his friend offers him something, a slice of an orange that he's eating, and Jack shoves his hand away at the wrist. Get that noxious shit away from me. Do you want me to end up in the infirmary? So we learned something about Jack. He's allergic to oranges.
Sucks to suck.
His loss. I love
I was about
oranges.
to say I love oranges. That really does suck. So that means he never had an orange Julius, like never went to the Basgiath Mall with his friends.
I don't think they have a mall.
So they say.
They just have a strip mall.
Take their dragons there.
Do they have a drive-through? A fly-through?
I want an orange Julius now. So Violet and Jack get in a little fight. And she's like, that day in the field, you fucking ran when it was 3-on-1. And we both know when it comes down to it, you'll run again. That's what cowards do. Of course, Jack is fucking pissed. And Dane's like, oh, for fuck's sake, Violet. Xaden, she's not wrong. And Dane immediately, what the hell were you thinking, egging him on like that? And Violet, oh, now you feel like talking to me? It's just like, number one, Dane's such a fucking square. And 2, Xaden, keep being you. I love you forever.
Shout out to Xaden.
Mm-hmm.
And Xaden has to again reiterate, I can't kill you. Fuck, Sorrengail. The entire quadrant knows I can't kill you. That doesn't mean you can't hurt me. Girl, when is it going to click? You have bonded dragons. Xaden would die without you.
And he helps you even before the bonded dragons all the time. Like, what? She does frustrate me a little bit. I kind of forgot.
How mad she gets you during this book.
Yes. And then we got one of my favorite lines Xaden has. And she's like, do you even realize I'm not channeling? I'm annoyingly aware of everything you do. And then her immediate response in her head, well, thanks to Liam. Like, God, you're so stupid. And then Dane, of course, tries to defend her. And Xaden's like, you choose the oddest times to defend her, Ados. And the most convenient times not to. I personally think it is my love language, Xaden calling out Dane. Like, that is my love language.
We have to be proud of our girl, Violet. She's keeping her temper in check. And you have Taryn saying you held your own and controlled your temper. And then Darna's like, she's ready. And Taryn agrees. She's ready. Oh, is she ready?
More ways than one.
Violet's in her room when she feels a rush of energy down her spine. It continues and gets stronger. She realizes what it is and asks Taryn, this is your power, isn't it? But no answer. She asks Andarna and still no answer. Violet leaves her room and sees Liam, and all of a sudden she's finding him attractive. She realizes the feeling she is overwhelmed with is less, and they are not her emotions, but they're Taryn's. Violet rushes outside because she is on fire and overwhelmed. And who does she find outside? Xaden. Xaden is teaching her how to ground herself and block teared out, while him and Sorrengail are practicing the art of making baby dragons. They seem to get caught up in the moment and exchange a passionate kiss, which Xaden ends up cutting short. He reminds her that her current desires aren't hers, they are her dragon's. I was not anticipating dragon fucking when I read this the first time. I was just like the whole time just laughing, like, oh shit.
The dragons are boning.
Oh god, I can't imagine it. Just like feeling somebody else's lust. Yikes.
And then, like, you,
Dragon-sized lust.
right? And you know it's because your dragons are going to pound down. Like, that is just. Taryn is laying down pipe, you know?
How can she look at her dragons the same way? Why isn't Andarna not answering? She's probably hiding from.
She's like, I want no part in this. And then when she goes outside, and Xaden is leaning back against the wall, 1 foot braced on the stone, smoking and watching me like he doesn't have a care in the world. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. Sometimes smoking does look cool.
Xaden can do nothing to make me hate him.
No.
He can smoke and he makes it look hot.
Like, I look like an asshole when I smoke. But Xaden, you know he's hot smoking.
Oh god. He's the only time it's acceptable.
It's
It's not like a jewel or anything, like an actual cigarette though.
yeah.
Xaden just vaping. It's a real problem at Basgiath.
I'm just picturing him pick like a super fruity flavor.
Like, I don't even know what they have.
I don't either.
Like
I've never.
strawberry pineapple bullshit. Once again, she's like, "You're actually going to help me?" He's like, "I've been helping you for months." Like, when is she gonna figure it out?
I don't know. Never, maybe. It's just awesome. This is so not important at all. But she goes, have you always been this tall? And he goes, no, I was a child at some point. I literally cackled at this joke while reading.
It's just the dry humor. It's so good.
No, I was a child at some point.
He not only helps her, he calls her astonishing because she was able to ground so fast. But I mean, Violet is our silver one. Something special about her. No wonder.
Makes
At
sense.
first, she's quicker at it because something's unique about her.
And we're not sure what, but we have our theories. And then he keeps touching her.
Well, not just touching her. His thumb strokes over the soft skin under my ears, and his gaze drops down to my mouth and heats, hands flexing. He draws me forward a few inches before he suddenly lets go and retreats a full step. Damn it, touching you is a bad idea. The worst, I agree, but my tongue skims my lower lip. Ugh, the sexual tension is fucking building.
Like, it's 5:30 in the morning. Please do not put me in heat, okay? It'll be a long day for me.
Violence, he moans.
Ah!
It's the sick voice. It's the only reason that it's coming off that way.
Keep it up, Phoebe. Keep going.
You ready for more?
Yep, I'm
Meat
ready.
pulses between my thighs, and I jolt at the simple knowledge that there's nothing he could do that I wouldn't welcome. I
Damn.
want him. Only him. Here, now, anywhere, whenever. I've never been this out of control over a single kiss. Never wanted someone the way I do him. It's exhilarating and terrifying at the same time because I know that in this moment he has the power to break me, and I'd let him. Same, girlfriend, same.
Same. Sign me up for this.
Break whatever you want on me, daddy. Like,
Oh, and like, God, I haven't had a first kiss in so fucking long. Like,
you never will again.
I never will again. How depressing. But like, you know
That's
that.
why we read these books.
That's why we read them, okay? And while they're kissing, lightning happens.
Followed by the boom of thunder.
Interesting.
But this dumbass, thunder snow isn't uncommon around here.
So stupid. Then Xaden like makes her leave. He's like, "No, you have to go. This isn't your wants and desires." Basically saying it's those two fucking dragons, literally. And I just feel so bad for Xaden in this moment. Like his balls are so blue.
Isn't it weird to think that these children, and not children, they're like 20, he's 23,
Kind of children.
he's gonna go masturbate.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
I didn't say it. You did. Just going to town on himself post kiss.
I'd watch that.
Yeah. You can sign me up for that too.
Oh God, we're creeps at this point.
Well, I'm in heat at 5:41 in the morning. Let's keep going.
Chapter 23, since Violet has finally channeled, her clock has started and the pressure is on to manifest her signet, and she can now attend Professor Carr's class. On their way to Professor Carr's class, after Rhiannon shared that she can summon, Dane asks to speak with Violet. The new improved Violet has no problem telling Dane off now. He has the audacity to think he is entitled to be hurt when he was the one that didn't believe Violet. He also felt entitled to just take the memory from her when she chose to share it with everyone and not him. But she points out he wouldn't believe her. He tries to tell her that he never thought that she was weak, but she says, "It doesn't matter what you think, it only matters what I think." And you're right, but the writer's quadrant stripped away the fear and even the anger about being thrown into this quadrant, and it revealed who I really am. At my core, Dane, I'm a writer. Tanner knew it, and Darna knew it. It's why they chose me. And until you can stop looking for ways to keep me in a glass cage, we aren't going to get past this, no matter how many years of friendship we have between us. So Dane is catching up to Violet to tell her like why he's butthurt. She fucking tells him off. And I love that for her.
Me too.
Because fuck him. He doesn't deserve that time of day.
Not at all.
He's just mad he had to hear about it information. And it's like, why are you entitled to that? You haven't believed her this entire time.
He just sucks. And in their fight, she's like, "Wait, did you keep begging me to leave Basgiath because you didn't think I could survive here, or because you were trying to get me away from Xaden?" You know what? It's irrelevant, and I mean it. You only want to keep me safe. I appreciate that, but it stops now, Dane. Xaden is tied to me because of Sorrengail, nothing more. I do not need protection, and if I do, I've got two badass dragons who have my back. Can you respect that?
He reaches up to cup her cheek.
Stop touching her.
Yeah, it's like, you jackass. He's the worst. He's worried about the integrity of the ring. The wing. Because Riorson might have to visit to keep his dragon happy, but Violet, he's not the most powerful generation of our writer of our generation. You are. Oh, Rhiannon.
I love her.
She's just the best cheerleader ever. So then Violet finds out she is going to be sparring with Jack Barlow finally, and entrusts Liam with this information while not sharing how she got the information. Of course, our girl has a plan though. While fighting Jack, she's able to maneuver and get a couple good shots in, but she ends up losing her momentum and Jack grabs her face. And agony fills every cell in her body as violent vibrating energy rips through her with an intensity that makes it feel like he's cleaving ligament from bone, muscles from tendon. He's so focused on killing her, he doesn't see her grab a vial of oranges that she shoves against his teeth, sending him into anaphylactic shock.
Bitch.
Okay, we have to talk about Jack.
One very specific part. Other, obviously, he's evil, trying to kill her, but there's one very important detail in this whole thing.
His sadistic grin and a red rim around his eyes are all I can see as he forces more and more power into my body. But his hands are occupied and he's too obsessed with his victory to hear that I've stopped screaming to see that I'm moving. Those red eyes sound oddly familiar to when Violet's mom, hers were bloodshot.
Venice.
I didn't notice the first time I read, like, that just touching him affected other
I
people
know that.
until I read it this time, and I was like, "Oh."
I didn't remember that either. I think I was so tripped up on the red rimmed eyes that I kind of just skimmed over that part.
Yeah, because Riddick and is it Emetario?
I don't know. Must be Italian.
Okay, so Riddick and the professor cry out when they go to grab him, jerking their hands away after contact. Whatever Jack is doing is transferring from me to them by touch. So it's like whatever Jack touches is, I was gonna say poisonous, but that's not right.
It's a
It's not
typical
great.
JB move. Everything they touch is poison.
I love poisons Jack. I love it. Well, she sends him into shock.
But she could have just killed him at that moment. She could have just let him die, but she has to tell Riddick it's oranges. He's allergic to oranges. I would have killed that fucker so quick.
She should have. She's had 2 opportunities now, 2, and she squandered them. 3,
3
because
thrashing.
yeah, the parapet, thrashing, and this. Just fucking get it over with,
Third
girlfriend. Just
time's a
kill him.
charm. And like for him to go down with as oranges as his death, God, really wish he would have.
It would have been the most pathetic way possible, and Jack deserves a petty death.
Yeah, he does. So she wakes up in the infirmary and she looks over and who does she see, Kai?
Jack.
No, Xaden.
David.
He just looked like oranges. Of course, Daddy's there.
Chapter 24, Violet wakes up in the healer's quadrant with Xaden in the room with her. Xaden decides that everyone isn't doing a good enough job protecting or training her, so he's taking over. They start on the mat with Xaden telling her it's not her style, but the daggers are too easily pulled from her hands. He had beautiful Tyrish blades made for her, but she has to win them from him. The sexual tension is strong in this chapter, which Violet is finally leaning into, but Xaden is having none of it.
Kind of. But yes.
I love I love Xaden. You turned oranges into a weapon, Violence. He's like, seeing it as it kept you alive, kept us alive. I can't really argue. And I'm not going to ask you how it is. You always know who you'll end up challenging. Thank God she doesn't tell him. It's her one secret well, it was the one secret she had.
hmm
But Xaden is setting some boundaries with her. Like he doesn't want to talk about everything. And he's like, but it doesn't mean I have to be a part of the conversation. We're both allowed our boundaries, and this is one of mine. And I love a well-rounded therapy man who knows how to set boundaries. Like Xaden is the whole package.
And I just, in this little beginning part, she says, it feels like he just eviscerated me with 4 sentences when he basically said, like, we need to keep it profesh, basically. I just feel like they're mates because she has had a thing for Dane her entire life. And he is terrible to her all the time. And yeah, she gets like hurt by it or like frustrated. But when Xaden even like remotely slights her, she like just describes it as like her heart is being murdered, metaphorically, of course. But I just, I don't know. And then he goes, apparently I can't trust Liam to report deadly situations or Rihanna to train you on the mat, seeing how easily Barlow had you pinned. So as of this moment, I'm taking over. She was taking over for what? Everything when it comes to you. We both would like to volunteer as tribute.
Absolutely.
Please.
Take over for me.
And then he made her a blade. He had it made for her. Like, how cute is that?
But girl still doesn't get like he's on her side.
She's so stupid. All right. Now, ladies and possibly maybe like one gentleman, we're about to read the most sexually charged sparring you have ever heard. For legal reasons, we need to mention that you may or may not want to jump someone's bones after reading this chapter. We will try and talk about it in a way where you'll not be dying for the rest of the day. It's just a legal note we had. Sorry. So yeah, they're sparring. Very sexually charged sparring.
There's only one dagger of Xaden's that I want.
You know what this whole scene is giving me is, in Mr. and Mrs. Smith when they're, like, fighting and, like, the weapons and yeah,
Yes.
like, that's I think they even punch each other. Yeah, it's a definite situation here.
Wow, I'm surprised you'd bring that up.
I know, I just wanna make clear, by me bringing that movie up, that I am team Jennifer always and forever. I don't want I don't want you to
Your other disclaimer.
get another disclaimer is a legal no. Our counsel told us I needed to say this.
So there are dozens of daggers strapped to my body, so start disarming me. Unless you don't know how to handle an opponent on top of you, and if so, that's a whole other issue. I was like, I know how to handle you on top of me, I challenge quietly. He lowers his mouth to my ear. You won't like what happens if you push me. Or maybe I will.
Get it, girl.
I turn just enough that my lips brush the shell of his ear. You literally can't read this book around anyone because you start blushing.
I know. I hate it when I'm reading these scenes and then, like, my family members walk in. I'm like, "Ah!" They know.
What? They have no idea what you're reading, but you feel like
You're
they know.
embarrassed. Right away.
I give myself away by blushing. You Xaden, I'm teaching you that blades aren't the only way to disarm an opponent. Tell me, Violence, are you disarmed? Arrogant ass.
I love them. Love them so much.
I love that she collects the daggers. They really are lovely. But they're all marked with different runes. And then such a shame that there are so many parts of Irish culture that were lost centuries ago during the unification, including most ruins. I don't even know what they all mean.
Which I think will come back to us. We actually had a listener bring up the ruins on if you look at the covers of the books, the ruins get increasingly more complicated from Fourth Wing to Iron Flame. So we'll see what happens there.
I don't think the art's lost.
But it's not. It's not lost. It's about to be found.
At this point, it's been 3 months since Violet has channeled, but still no signet. Next thing that everyone is focused on is the squad battle. It's pointed out that Violet is the weakest link, but other strength should make up for that. Xaden pulls Violet before she can go to Professor Carr's class so they can work on flying together. On the way up to the field, who do they run into? Commandant Panchek and Colonel Ados. They make small talk when General Sorrengail walks around the corner. Her mom makes sure to point out that she hasn't manifested her signet yet, even going as far as saying if she doesn't, that all that incredible, enviable power will have gone to waste. When they get to the field, both Taryn and Adarna are there as well as Gale. It's more than just a lesson for Violet, it's for all of them to learn how to function as a unit together. Her mom's such a bitch.
I was gonna say, what a biggity bitch. Like, such a biscuit.
So it seems not only Dane is a dick, but so's his dad.
Yeah.
He is asking Violet, what powers, if you're wielding any, from the golden dragon. He's getting nosy about it. And so, but Violet obviously doesn't want to share. And Darna told me that Feathertails are known for being able, or and Darna told me that Feathertails are known for being unable to channel the power to their rider. Only their direct gifts, but I'm not about to say that. It's why they don't bond often or ever, Dane's dad chimes in. We're actually hoping that you might ask your. And so he starts, asking if they can basically borrow Andarna so they can learn about her. And Violet, of course, she's going to stick up for her dragon. I don't see her being comfortable with that. And Violet's sharing, that she's a pretty private person, she's a private person. She's a private dragon, even with her pity, Colonel Ada says. We've had the scribes on it start showing the only reference they can find in the archives about The power of Feathertails is hundreds of years old, which is funny because her dad was doing research on Feathertails. And Violet's like, I don't believe he finished his research, but she doesn't want to share that she knows where his notes are.
Something. We're obviously going to learn about those notes in the upcoming book.
I was going to say, we have not seen these notes yet. I too would like to see these notes.
Then they make some shitty comment. She goes, even if the company you're forced to keep is more than questionable. Xaden, I always felt that we resolved any of those questions years ago. Like, fuck you. I just don't like any of them there.
Leadership seems really sketchy.
Mhm.
They are, all of them.
Then they leave, and Xaden is basically like, I had no idea that things were like that between you and your mom, because her mom basically acted like she didn't existed, put her down in front of leadership. And she was like, she spent almost an entire year ignoring me when dad died, which was almost as wholesome as the year she spent barely tolerating my existence because I wasn't perfect like Brennan or a warrior like Mira. And Xaden goes, she doesn't know you very well then. I mean, he basically called her perfect and a warrior.
Once again, Violet's totally missing it. It's just like right over her head. He's sitting there saying great things about her, lifting her up.
Such a dumb, smart person.
Oh, Violet. So then they head out to the flight field, and, everybody's got to learn to fly with each other because Sigil's been leading for 3 years, and now they got to figure out how to do it together. Chapter 25. It is squad battle. After two events, they're in 7th out of 24th. With Liam winning his match on the mat, they end up jumping to 3rd. This year, there is a twist, though. Normally, the last portion would happen the next day, but Commandant Panchek, Panchek
The Bancha.
announces they will be completing it in 1 hour. Their mission is to find and acquire by any means necessary the one thing that would be the most advantageous to our enemies regarding the war effort. Leadership will serve as unbiased judges, and the winning squad will be awarded 60 points. There are no boundaries, it just has to be in the wall of Basgiath. So Imogen ends up leading the squad, with Violet coming up with the idea to break into her mother's office. They successfully distract the guard outside General Sorrengail's office and make it inside. When inside, they decide to take her battle map. They make it to the battle brief room with 15 minutes to spare. Once it is their turn to share, and Violet explains she stole the map from her mom's office, all mayhem breaks loose, which she seems to love to make everyone lose their shit with her actions.
She's definitely chaotic as fuck. She's good chaos. Chaotic. Chaotic good,
Yeah.
is that what that's called?
Yeah, she's not chaotic neutral. She's
Chaotic.
chaotic good for
Yeah.
sure.
So while she is there, they get in her mother's office. She comes across letters on the desk, and these letters basically just make it clear that her mom knows what's going on outside the wards. And so her mom is a part of this cover up.
She's part of the problem,
Part of
not
the
the
problem, for
solution.
sure. So they get on stage, they get everything they need, they get on stage, and they're like, what did you bring? She goes, we have brought the ultimate weapon for our enemies, an up-to-date map of all current outposts of Navarrian wings, to include troop strength of imagery battlements, as well as the locations of all current skirmishes in the last 30 days, including last night. Kaori asks, how do we know this map is in fact current? Because we stole it from General Sorrengail's office. And everyone's freaking out, but she ignores it as Xaden tilts one corner of that beautiful mouth and tips an imaginary hat to me, bowing his head for a heartbeat before bringing his gaze back to hold mine. Satisfaction fills every ounce of my being as I smile up at him. Doesn't matter the outcome. I already won. Our girl has it so fucking bad.
And she doesn't even realize how bad she has it.
They're just so cute, even though she's stupid, you know?
She's trying. I think she's starting to get it.
Okay.
Finally.
She is. I know this from the chapters coming up where I'm like, thank God.
She can stop being a dummy. We did learn about other signets in this chapter. Riddick can wield ice. Rhiannon can retrieve. Sawyer can manipulate metal. Imogen can mind wipe recent memories. Heaton can breathe underwater, which we don't really get to know him that well. Emery can control wind, and Quinn can astral project. So they've got a really unique bunch.
They do. And Nadine can unweave wards. I mean, I feel like those are all pretty great signets.
Poor Violet. She just wants to manifest so bad.
I know.
So she doesn't just, explode, as Quinn says. How are you feeling about the book this far?
I mean, we are at the point in this book. I mean, I think I said this last time where it's like, it's heating up. We're getting to the goods. Because the last chapters, like from here on out, there's so much that happens.
We say that every time. From here on out, there's so much that happens.
There's like a lot that happens in this book, you guys.
Yeah.
And Iron Flame will be a little bit different. We're working against a clock, peeps, due to
Onyx Storm.
Onyx Storm. So it will be a crash course of Iron Flame.
Thanks for coming to Basgiath with us today.
See you later, folks. Go get an Orange Julius.
That's all, folks.
That's all, folks.
Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you're having as much fun as we are. If you like this, please make sure and share with your other book besties. And we'll see you in Basket.